Just to wrap up with our game changer, it is our game changers podcast. So, Taylor, would you like to share what is the game changer that you want our listeners to walk away with today?
Yeah, I think our game changer from today would just be, again, to have that conversation with new evidence coming out to look at beta blockers post MI for some of our patients. It may not be as clear cut as we thought, where we just leave the beta blocker on indefinitely. And so I think when those patients come across, being able to recognize and have that conversation, and that's a multidisciplinary conversation, and like with collaborative with the patient as well. So with your physicians, with your mid-level practitioners, like everyone that's involved in the care for this patient, having that conversation of like, here's the data, here's what we have for this patient that's in front of us, and here are the patient's preferences, and like starting that conversation of, do we continue for this patient, or is this someone that we can look at not continuing, and being able to have that discussion, which it hasn't really become a discussion until now. So just opening that door
Yeah,
for for
yeah,
conversation.
yeah. And like I said, continuing to stay on top of what's coming out because I will be interested to see when
Yes.
future guidelines are published, how that might evolve. Anna, any closing thoughts for you?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see they just had the ACS guidelines updated last year, so I don't know how long it might take for it to be
Yeah.
in guidelines, but I hope that the next at least reiteration will even have even more trials and hopefully that gray area of the duration and then maybe
Hmm.
even which patients need it immediately versus, hey, we can take it off X
Hmm.
number of years after an MI. I think would be great because we're always on board for deprescribing whenever possible and making sure
Right.
we have only the meds necessary is the goal.